Have you ever felt like every time you're about to level up or make some kind of big move, somebody suddenly calls? Somebody randomly just asks you, oh, what are you doing now? Where are you now? What are you working on now? And like your hair start to stand up. An old friend, people you never hear from, just pops up out of nowhere. Then all of a sudden, drama starts, confusion starts, plans start to fall apart, and like your motivation disappears. I don't know what's going on with this cat of mine. It's not a coincidence. Today, if you haven't gathered already, that's what we're talking about. Monitoring spirits. And they come in all forms, from all walks of life. Perhaps it can just be a coincidence, but more than likely we're talking about something that's been known and talked about and believed for centuries across various traditions. And I don't know about you, but every time if you guys use WhatsApp or like in our messaging app, like the second you go online, even if you have your notifications, like your alert set as off to show that when you're online, like the second you open it, you see someone typing. Like it's like they just were sitting there waiting for you to log on. That's creepy. In many esoteric, folklore, cultural traditions, hoodoo, spiritual beliefs or faiths, they believe monitoring spirits to be unseen forces, or a symbolic representation, if you will, of negative influences, negative entity that observe, report, and or interfere with a person's progress. Now, some people interpret them literally. Some people see them just as what they are, just as what the word says, monitoring spirits. But then some people see them more symbolically, like toxic patterns, manipulative people in your life, or just recurring energies that keep pulling you backward. However you choose to see it, the message and the point remains the same. Not everyone or everything deserves to have access to your life. Now, the first type of monitoring spirit we're going to discuss today is the Watcher. This one doesn't always attack. The Watcher, they simply observe, they sit patiently and just gather information and wait. And sometimes this Watcher is not even spiritual. Sometimes this person is just someone who's constantly checking up on your social media profiles, like they know exactly what you're posting every single time, but they never support you. I'm sure we know many of them. I sure do. They know every update, they know every relationship, they know that you've changed your hair color, and your every accomplishment. However, they never congratulate you, they never celebrate you. Information is power, and the less people know, the less they can influence. The second type of monitoring spirit is that spirit of confusion. Everything was fine today. Everything was clear yesterday. Today, all of a sudden, you can't focus. Today, you're second guessing yourself. You're procrastinating, overthinking, in a state of doubt. So whether you view this spiritually or psychologically, we all know that confusion is one of the fastest ways to stop a person's progress. A distracted mind rarely builds anything that lasts. The third type of monitoring spirit is the spirit of delay. The opportunity that almost happened. The breakthrough that ends up getting postponed. The job that is almost in your lap. You know what I'm talking about. The money that almost arrived. The relationship that nearly worked, that was... Some traditions, they see delays or repeated delays as spiritual resistance. While others seem to point to fear, like bad habits, external obstacles that, just come in the way. Either way, don't mistake delay for defeat. The fourth type of monitoring spirit we're going to discuss is the spirit of division. We see this a lot in the workplace, between families, friends, business partners, co-workers, communities. One little simple misunderstanding turns into 5 big misunderstandings. Communication starts to break down, everyone's trust disappears, and we all know as well, division is one of the oldest ways to weaken anything that's building up, that's strong. And the fifth type of monitoring spirit is the spirit of fear. This is a big one, y'all. This is a big one. Because fear is a prison with invisible walls. It convinces you you're not ready yet. It convinces you you're not good enough. It convinces you you're too old, or this is not the right fit for you. You don't belong here. What if I fail? They instigate all of these emotions to keep you in a state of fear. Monitoring forces, whether they're spiritual or they're psychological, they don't need to stop you if fear already did the job. And then, of course, I'm forgetting. This is the sixth monitoring spirit. It's the spirit of envy. Not everybody who smiles with you actually wants to see you win. You know this. Envy studies, it compares, it competes. And sometimes the loudest applause is hiding the deepest resentment. So learn how to protect your plans until they're strong enough to stand up on their own. So let's talk about protection. How do you protect yourself from these kinds of forces or influences? And protection is not just about lighting a candle, saying a little prayer, and hiding in the corner hoping for the best. No. It's also about the way you live, practical steps that you take to guard your energy, to guard your information, and to guard your life. The first and foremost, guard this. Guard your mouth. Learn to move in silence more often. Stop announcing everything to everyone. Like, move literally in silence. Every seed does not need an audience before it grows into a tree. The second way, spiritual cleansing. Cleansing, this is very important. Not just your physical, regular daily baths. Spiritual cleansing. This includes, as we all know, many traditions who practice this as well. We all know, from coming from the Caribbean, Florida water, salt water, like going to the sea. Salt baths definitely are purifying and cleansing. Hyssop. There are even Madeira baths. You can take. Sage, smoke baths. Like, literally, you're smudging your body, you're smudging your aura. Literally, of banishing of negatively away from you. Then, of course, if you grew up like me, there are psalms that you can recite, particular prayers and meditations, affirmations, depending on what tradition you come from. The goal here is intentionally creating peace, creating space to allow for peace to flow in your life. Intention is where it all begins. The next form of protection is protecting your home. Not only are you protecting your home from unwanted visitors, you're protecting your home from unwanted entities and influences. Keeping your home peaceful is important. The use of herbs, the use of like floor washes, the same way I mentioned Florida water before. Floor washes, smoke, smudging, with the use of appropriate herbs. Praying. Some people use sigils, some people use crystals, some people use different symbols. They place different items in their windowsills or at the doorstep. Certain colors even are repellent of negative energies. And when you move into your home, or if you move into an apartment, bless your home. It is important to cleanse and bless your home. The next form of protecting yourself is protecting your mind, protecting your mental space, your nervous system. This is very important. A weak mind is very easy to influence. So practice meditating, read more, open your mind to new ideas, to other options that you may have of self-protection. Study, write, journal, discipline your thoughts, train your mind, so to speak. Because this is, I think, the first form of spiritual protection is strengthening your mind. That is spiritual protection at its core. And the next way, of course, watching your circle. Not everyone deserves access to you. Privacy is not being paranoid, Sometimes privacy is wisdom. Trust your discernment. When you pray for discernment. It's different from being suspicious. Don't assume that everyone is against you, because we know that's not true. But don't ignore repeated patterns that you're seeing. Pay attention. Be observant. Okay? They then respond with wisdom instead of with panic. Do you believe that monitoring spirits are, literal spiritual entities, toxic people, and patterns, or just symbolic forces? One truth remains the same. Protect your energy. Protect your peace. Protect your purpose. Not everything deserves your attention, and not everyone deserves access. Sometimes the greatest act of spirituality and spiritual power is not fighting every battle. It's refusing to invite chaos in the first place. Discernment is protection. Silence is protection. Peace is protection. And becoming spiritually stronger every day is one of the greatest forms of protection you can cultivate. If this message has resonated with you today, leave the word protected in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're ready to strengthen your mind and deepen your spiritual awareness. Move through life with wisdom. The greatest protection isn't hiding from the darkness. It's becoming grounded, so grounded in your own light that the darkness can no longer influence your path.